people are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
Do not come. Do not come. Hello,
Do not come.
everybody. Welcome to the Punch Up Pod with Lila and Pat, our Sunday night shit show following our Sunday live stream with Shama Sawan and her rally in Seattle, which was amazing.
It was great. I'm not meant to host these things on my own. You're the pro at this. I just kill time and push buttons and step away as fast as I can.
Build it like the best of them. Honestly, I was in and out, but you were holding down the fort really well. Super impressed. Way to go.
Right on. Well, in important news, I've switched from a green screen to a blue screen. So now I can show off my green beers and all the green T-shirts that no one ever gets to see because everything is green, my favorite color. So,
I love it. Wait,
important stuff.
Wait, Pat, I did not know
what do you got?
Is your favorite color.
Yeah, green. Everything's green. This is the army green, though. It's not supposed to be like green, just so you know.
Pat and I talk 3 times a day, 7 days a week for the last 5 years. How did I not know that green was your favorite color? What else are you?
Because it's very important stuff here. I like beer, and that's really all that matters in this situation.
That kind of is. Well, cheers. As I think most of you know, I am on the East Coast, or sort of East Coast. I'm in Cincinnati visiting my mother, and my brother just came in, and they have made sure I am very well lubricated since 5 o'clock Cincinnati time. So cheers to everybody. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
All right.
And
I'm hearing
sorry.
my mic
I'm
is
going to apologize.
popping.
The blanket apology. I am on my regular just Mac with no special lights and no special mic. So just
bear with us.
Please.
Did my audio stop clipping? I don't know why I keep having audio problems. It's crazy. I've spent honestly like $700 on all these mics and stuff.
Crazy. I'm so sorry. It is incredibly frustrating. I am so sorry. But to me, it sounds good. But Justin Head said you're coming in hot, but then he said much better. I kind of like it when you come in hot, Pat. Come on in hot.
Come on in hot, ladies. Ladies.
Yeah, ladies. Right. Okay. And now Daniel's telling me that my audio is low. Damn.
Oh, I equalized mine, so it might have come back to earth. I might have been too loud. I'm still too loud. I can turn down some more.
Yeah,
we'll get this situated.
Here's a quick thing, because
how about now?
Let us know so we're not annoying everybody the whole time. What do you think? Oh, and then we both are silent.
We're just quiet.
How are you going to let us know? All right.
Hello.
Let's get into it.
We're on with the show.
Because it's going to be, we're just kind of dealing with what we've got today with all of our different issues. So, how are you? I am so far away. I flew with no air traffic controllers on a day when LAX was already closed at the beginning of the day on Thursday because of some storm I didn't even know about. I was the only person masked on the whole flight.
It's really amazing to me that people have gone to the point where, like, look, people were masking before COVID on flights. Yeah. Like, yeah. And now it's like, now that we know all this and how dangerous it is and how the air is so terrible in an airplane, and people are just like, I don't want to look uncool. I got to just raw dog it the entire way. It's so insane. Like, if there's one place, 2 places, can we get it in the hospitals and public transit? I mean, come on.
Anywhere you share air with people you don't know. Like, what the hell? My brother sent me an article today about, again, like, and by the way, all the articles that come out with like, oh, new study about, cancer resurgence in people who have had COVID, or dormant virus that's reawakened, or sperm being affected, and children being born with higher anxiety, lower IQ. And I know IQ, but like longer to make each developmental marker, right? Like, we've known this now at least since 2021. And I just...
Yeah, you could just repost the articles from 2022, let's say.
Yeah.
And for the most part, like, the science hasn't changed. I mean, they're just confirming everything that we've always thought about this. And scientists are just like, yeah, there's more proof that this stuff's real, but don't mask. Go ahead. I'm hearing on the radio warnings about flu. Like, I'm hearing more about the flu than fucking COVID, which is wild.
Which is also, flu is being exacerbated, right? Because our immune systems have been so compromised. So there is there is a worse outcome now with the flu, but it is a downstream effect of COVID. But they won't mention the COVID; they're just going to talk about flu.
Yeah, and no, there's a mysterious increase in strokes. There's a mysterious increase in RSV infections, and like it's all immune related. Yeah. It's all immune related.
Just yes, and also wait, sorry, wait. I did it too slowly. I'm on a slower. I have a slower. What's it called?
Yeah, he bragged about his booster today.
Yeah, he got a booster.
Or yesterday. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah.
Of course he got a booster, because everybody who is in power and has money is getting boosters, cleaning the air, making sure everybody around them. Do you see when, like, a week ago, we had pulled the video, but we had so many other things to talk about, but like RFK Jr. coughed behind Trump, and Trump was like, oh, you better not give me COVID. I'll just get more Paxlovid. But like, they don't think it's just a cold, because he wouldn't say, oh God, did you just give me your cold? No. They know that COVID is not just like something that you can get easily and it doesn't matter. You just blow your nose, you stay home a day. They know that. All right. Okay. We should do something fun and happy. Or it's nothing's fun and happy. Sorry. I'm not here to bring you fun and happy. But this is a cheers. ICE is infesting so many of our cities, and we are counting on Good Samaritans to be out there and be vigilant and to try their best to warn people, to document what's happening. So cheers to this whistleblower.
What's the whistle for?
I blow the whistle when I see ICE. And so that car that just pulled in there, that Dodge Charger, that's an ICE vehicle. This one right here, the Chevy, you can see those hats that they have on the dashboard. That's not a local police vehicle. That's not a state police vehicle. That's an ICE vehicle. So when I see ICE, I blow the whistle. I'm trying to let these people know as well so that they can call them out when the vehicles are pulling into the facility, a lot of the times with people that have just been kidnapped.
You call it kidnapping?
I do, yeah.
Why?
So these people are being arrested without a warrant. They're being detained without a warrant. They're being tracked based on the color of their skin. The Supreme Court has recently ruled that racial profiling is legal in the country. Legal does not mean moral. Legal does not mean it's upholding civil rights. These are laws that should be struck down, that eventually will be struck down. Much like the Nuremberg trials, the truth will out and justice will eventually prevail.
We got a few t-shirts we could be making. Joy is canceled today. Nothing's fun and happy. I like it.
Nothing's fun and happy. Punch Up Pod with this logo on top. And maybe a dancing cat or something. I don't know.
Come hang out with us. Yeah, it is. It is bleak. They are. I mean, nobody is stopping them. And the only people who are talking in a sort of fierce way are the people who aren't in power, right? Like Graham Plattner, Zoran Mamdani, but we're not getting that kind of ferocity and hold these people to account from the people who are actually in power, who could be doing a thing, which is
right. And really, when we talk about this all the time, but the Democrats just want it to get worse for two reasons. One, because their donors want a lot of these policies in place that are happening that fascism enables. And two, they can run on it. So they want life to be bad for all of us. So it makes their job easier to get elected in the midterms.
And I mean, we're going to show this a little later, but it's crazy to me that Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is nobody's hero, is one of the few people speaking out about what the shutdown is doing, what the lack of health care, what the money to Israel and Ukraine, what that's doing. Where is the party of opposition?
I mean, if Marjorie Taylor Greene is on your left on any issue, you are a fucking shitty Democrat. I mean, you might be good from the donor standpoint, but you're not helping the public at all if she's on the left of you on anything. You have no spine whatsoever.
I mean, honestly, like, why do you even go into office? Whom are you serving? And that's beautiful, Hope, that you have a pantry in Memphis for people so they don't have to leave the house. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, I've heard of some of those.
We've seen this before, and we know what this means. You know, it's not good.
Well, you've got immigrants hiding, but you've got American citizens hiding out of fear of just being brown, and that's the whole point. And it's disgusting. And for Democrats not to pick up the mantle and fight this with everything is just showing their ass to people.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're doing. They're holding signs, they're holding signs outside of Capitol Hill and saying that the shutdown has to end. But, they picked up this idea of the subsidies for Obamacare, like the last minute. It doesn't feel authentic. They certainly didn't run on it in 2024, right? So, like, I mean, great. I'm happy that they're sort of doing a thing, but they are not really carving out the narrative in a way to gain anything from the shutdown, except for some subsidies, which, yes, it will have a downstream effect of helping some people because those subsidies will kick in for their ACA. But the truth is, that still is a giveaway to the health insurance companies, right? And they could leverage this for something bigger and more that would help more people. And they're not.
Well, what we're going to get soon, flyers are going out now for No Kings Rally number 2, which is just going to be, it's going to be, hey, vote blue in the midterms. That's the whole rally is going to be that. It's not going to be take some tangible action now. It's not going to be, our state Democrats are going to fight their federal courts, fight the federal troops coming in. We're going to block access to this and that and the other. It's none of that. It's like we need more Democrats. We told you.
Yeah. And for what? Like, truly, for what? For what? Because they did nothing when they were in power, right? They did nothing. They let it go. They sold out immigrants. They sold out trans people. And, I have a lot of issues and trepidation about Zohran Mamdani, as I think many people do. But, and we'll show this video, but, politics is persuasion. And just as Joe Biden came in when Black Lives Matter and defund the police were at a high, the sympathy and the desire to help to carve a better path for immigrants was at a high, anti-war sentiment at a high. He persuaded his own party's Democratic voters to turn against immigrants, Black Lives Matter, and, ending wars, and didn't even talk about healthcare or anything, right? And also everybody go back to work, take off your masks, and anti-science. So he did persuade his party, the voters, to go further right. He used his mantle to do that. And what Democrats do is they say, oh, look, the voters just aren't here. No, you corporate Democrats, used your platform to turn the tide that had been convinced, like, we need to get rid of these abusive, disgusting cops in our midst. We need to, make a humane path for immigrants who are seeking out a better life mostly because they're escaping the conditions that we set in motion in their countries. He did persuade them by throwing the money. He persuaded his own voters by throwing these marginalized communities under the bus. But that is what politics is for. And you can choose to use that power to convince people of a better way. And most of the Democrats are just doing exactly what their donors tell them. And so they have brought a lot of their own party to the right. And it is up to people with a voice to speak out for the people who are marginalized.
Well, their whole sense of need to persuade people is to persuade them that they should vote for them. It's not about persuade them that we need this policy. It's persuade them that another Democrat will help the cause to stop the other guy. Yeah. It's not about any particular issue at all anymore for Democrats. It's an empty, and they're not even doing a good job at that. I mean, they put all their money into this trickle down economic, abundance theory, which nobody has bought. So they're still running on that. You got fascism right in front of us. We don't need to prescribe a new thing unless it's actual progressive policy that people want, because that's how you win. It's not convincing people that 4 Democrats are going to change the world. Well, how are they going to change the world, dude?
Because they won't even talk about it. Like, it's the craziest thing.
How? Yeah, give us the what?
All right. So maybe since we were just talking about it, just to show this, because then we're going to do plenty of shitting on Democrats. But and there were a couple of speeches that Zoran gave recently that felt canned, and his responses felt a little bit as though he was trying to shoehorn in what he had been told to say in response to a question that wasn't exactly on that message. And it felt inauthentic. And one of the things that I have really appreciated about him and his messaging, and when he won and beat, against all odds, running on his, pro working class, pro, government subsidized healthcare, childcare, mass transit, rent control, anti-genocide, anti-Zionist. Like, he was not compromising on any of that. And then he's sort of, got a little beaten down by some of the people in power. But then yesterday he did this thing, and it kind of made me feel like, I want Shamus want in his ear. But so this is him talking about trans rights.
Everyone calls me Sylvia. I've had this name for 9 years. This is respect.
I'm on the Christopher Street Pier, or as it was called in Sylvia Rivera's day, the Christopher Street Docks. In the 1970s, homeless queer New Yorkers had been pushed to the margins of a hostile society. But it was here, on the physical margins of our city, that they found a home. Sylvia was one of those New Yorkers. She arrived here at the age of 11, where she immediately landed in the center of the gay rights movement. She befriended the legendary Marsha P. Johnson, protested at Stonewall, and led marches for equality. But even among the queer community, trans New Yorkers were excluded. Rivera and others were discouraged from walking in pride, their participation erased from Stonewall history.
I believe in us getting our rights, or else I would not be out there fighting for our rights.
This cruelty took a toll. Rivera developed a substance abuse problem and was often homeless. When she had nowhere left to turn, she would sleep here, waves lapping nearby. Yet no matter what hardships she faced, Sylvia Rivera advocated for others. She and Johnson founded STAR to house and feed trans kids. The Christopher Street Pier is like our city, a place of immense contradictions. It's where outsiders found belonging, and it's also where Marsha P. Johnson's body was found. The victim of a suspected murder no one was ever prosecuted for. But even amidst this, we can chart a clear path forward that makes our city inclusive. Since taking office, Donald Trump has waged a scorched earth campaign against trans people. The man with the most power has expended enormous energy targeting those with the least. New York will not sit idly by while trans people are attacked. We'll deploy hundreds of lawyers to combat Trump's hate, make New York City an LGBTQIA+ sanctuary city, and create the Office of LGBTQIA+ Affairs to allocate millions for youth and adult housing programs, as well as gender-affirming care. We can't bring Sylvia back, but we can honor her memory by building a city where trans New Yorkers are cherished. In a time of darkness, New York must be the light.
Okay, so Zainab, I really understand what you're saying. To me, I thought it was a nice moment of trying to teach or bring people in, and maybe I'm just misreading it. I don't know. I'm so desperate for something positive, and it just felt like while the rest of the Democrats were like, "Oh, why did Kamala lose?" It's because she was too pro-trans, which like I don't remember a single pro-trans thing about her except for the Trump ad against her, right? And I don't know. There was something about it. It felt a little bit like a throwback to the, fireside chat kind of idea. Like this is a place that is a place of contradictions. We have not been great, but we could do better. I don't know. I kind of appreciated it, but maybe I'm just feeling, schmaltzy.
No, I appreciate it. And I get the desk. I think it's a transition to looking presidential or, official. It's like, it's not just him roaming around the park with the mic. It's like we have this production now. I think it's giving off a little bit of that vibe to me.
Yeah.
And they always say like, hey, don't, like even someone in the Kamala's rally was like, don't fight on the social issues with, not social issues, but
yeah, I know. Not
identity politics or whatever. But they were acting like, it's a trap. Republicans want us to go down to fight for those rights. And I disagree entirely on that. Economic issues should be first and foremost, but you don't give up your values, which is what Shama has always fought for. You stick, and in making it like this is an unsafe ad to run. All the Democratic consultants would have talked him out of this ad, but it's smart because he's really just running against Cuomo, and Cuomo shit on gay rights. So it's a smart move, and it's actually appealing to his base.
I think so too. And again, like, listen, it's hard when you are a politician. You have to do politician-y things, and sometimes they maybe feel a little bit cringe. But to me, his record shows consistency, and I really do appreciate that. I also really take to heart what Shama said when she was on the show, which is, why didn't he have anybody trying to challenge him in his primaries on his second and third run? I understand that also. So I am, I am skeptically a supporter or like a hesitant supporter, but I am so grateful because, that was a big move, not only from Democrats, but also from many of our former leftist, quote unquote, allies, who decided they chugged us to the side while they embraced the Boogaloo Boys and said they are now anti-COVID, anti-climate, and anti-woke. And woke.
A couple of them were at the Shama rally.
Woke
just throwing
meant
that out there.
Anti-trans. And I think it's disgusting. So that to me was my second cheers. It was my cheers to Zoran for speaking out for the trans community, which is one of the most targeted groups of people in our country. So, yeah.
Yep, here. And look, I think we're pretty close on the skepticism meter about him. I might be a little even more skeptical, to be honest, but regardless, I see a ton of value in him winning this office for us leftists. So,
100%.
If he sells out, that sucks, but we'll leverage that against centrist Democrats, the whole thing, so yeah. I mean, it would, even if he sold out, it would be more evidence of like, hey, you can't do this inside outside strategy. It's not going to work. So,
yes,
I'm preparing for the sellout is what I'm telling you.
I know. I really don't want it to happen. I mean, yes, and I wonder the percentage of homeless people, what percentage, I mean, it's just, people who have been totally decimated by this capitalist system. But I think I bet trans people are overrepresented in that population as well. For many.
Oh, they absolutely are.
So, yeah. I mean, I agree. But anyway, I just, I know. I think, and by the way, Zainab, I didn't mean to call you out, but like, I love these conversations that we have as like we're doing this. And I think we all have PTSD, and it's very upsetting to see some of the compromises that feel like they're being made when you don't have to make it. Like, he won that primary, upsetting the established candidate who has the whole group, the whole ruling elite behind him. Zoran came in at 1% when he first started in the primary, and then beat Cuomo by 15, 17 points by not kowtowing to the establishment, right? So like, why then start moving backwards? But so anyway, this moment just kind of, gave me a little bit of joy. But anyway.
Yep. Good on him. Good on him.
All right, we forgot to do our wheel.
Oh, let's bring some joy. What do we got? We have some joy.
Let's do it. Did I do it? Oh, it's kind of okay there with
good enough
with the spacing.
My OCD.
We've been scrambling today a bit.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, I don't know what we have, but okay. Get it, Pat. Doing it. You got this.
All right, let's do it. Delivery guy, dodging ice. I think a lot of us saw a moment in this clip.
Yeah, so he keeps taunting, saying, "Hey, I'm not a U.S. citizen. Go, go, go." And then most of us saw the end part of this where he like throws a sandwich at them.
Go. All I can hear in my head is the Benny Hill music.
Totally. Like, he doesn't even move that fast.
Yeah, all I can hear is that Benny Hill music of. I'm
glad we didn't use it though, or we would have gotten tagged.
Oh, would we get banned for that? Damn.
Yeah. But that's a lot of courage to look at these hooligans who are armed, who have the full protection of the United States government, and to keep saying to them, sorry, my light keeps flickering on. To keep taunting them, like, I'm not a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is or not, but to keep doing that on a bike when they have guns.
A little dude on a moped, right? Wasn't it kind of a moped thing? Electric bike maybe or something? I don't know.
Was it even? I thought it was just a bike. But I mean, in my brain, it was just a bike. Anyway, I respect to anybody who has the courage because,
Yeah, and especially, it's up to the people that are safest, like, me.
Yeah.
Like a white guy to be at these things and taunting them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, I mean, maybe we just go into ICE right now because there have been a bunch of arrests nobody deserves to be treated this way no matter what. But, elementary school students, Chicago public radio producers, autistic children, it's insane. So let's just watch a couple of them. Wait, and this is Greg Bovino talking about that ICE's duty is to arrest scared people. So that's how this administration is looking at the populace over whom they govern.
Right.
You look panicked when you see a Border Patrol agent. Perhaps you look scared. Perhaps your demeanor changes. Perhaps you're gripping the steering wheel so tightly that I can see the whites of your knuckles. There's a myriad of factors that we would look at to develop articulable facts for reasonable suspicion.
So, that's nonsense.
Just to remind everybody, these cry bullies are so scared of their own shadows. They are constantly thinking they are in threat of imminent death from the people they're supposed to be protecting and serving. That even though Trump is sending them into different cities he wants to occupy, he then further tries to punish the mayors of those cities, the governors of those states, for the police department not protecting his ICE agents. They're so petrified. So they are operating under extreme, like, what's the opposite of courage? Cowardice, thinking that they're always going to be targeted. So exactly the way he is framing the people he's telling his agents to target, that's how his agents are going through life. They're terrified of everybody they see. They think they're constantly under threat of death, which is the way the rest of us feel when we are watching all of these armed agents and, black trucks like pull up into our cities. But he's using the fear as a reason to arrest people.
Yeah, and look, if you're afraid of ICE, that doesn't mean anything. That you're afraid of authority. The guy's got a fucking assault rifle and no uniform, and he's in jeans, or he's got his. Why is his badge number covered up? Why is he in a face mask? Why won't he show me ID when I ask for ID? So everyone has seen all these cases of this happening. So when they're right next to you, and there's all these people getting extradited and detained, and without question, you could be a U.S. citizen, but you're Hispanic, and that could be scary. You could end up. What happens to your family if it's maybe it's only 2 days you're detained, but you got a kid at home, or it's justifiable to be scared. And these people, these ICE agents, if we lived in a just society, we would have them scared already. They should be as scared as they pretend to be, but they are not under any risk right now. I mean, there have been no incidents of violent attacks against these people, and there fucking should be. I mean,
shooting like pastors in the head. I mean, no warrants, and they're keeping people, sometimes even U.S. citizens, for days without being able to contact their lawyers. So yeah, we're all scared, but that fear should not make us targets. That should be a reason to end this whole occupation. Anyway, here are a couple of their endeavors this past week. This is them staging an arrest at an elementary school. This is the drop-off lane at an elementary school.
Wait, you guys came to the school to do this?
Do you have a warrant? They haven't asked for a warrant. My name is Jocelyn from Cicero. They don't have a warrant. They didn't ask for one. They forcefully opened the door of the truck. It was locked. It was locked.
You're going to record this. Don't get it closer from me, right? Like, cool? Just stay back, please. You're being arrested for
Yeah, but you guys came to the school?
They forced us out of the car. They were following us. They were on the central.
Whoa.
My sister, help me. Help me.
Step back, please. You're okay.
I know I'm okay, but I'm worried about other people. Oh no. They were coming to get their kid? They don't have to answer my question? Wait, what? Were they coming to get a child? I'm just a little bit confused. Is their kid still inside? Because I want to make sure that the school knows.
So what happens to the kids who come out and their parents have been arrested, taken away? Nobody knows exactly where they are.
There's no plan in place. This is just chaotic by design. It's punitive if you're brown by design.
Yeah.
It's authoritarian by design. It's fear. The fear is by design. All of it is the plan. Like they don't want to put anything in place that makes people feel like, okay, at least if you're detained, we have a process.
Yeah. it truly feels like what they're doing is trying very hard to incite war, to incite civil war. And then
yes.
And then they will just use whatever the pushback is to this Gestapo takeover, this totalitarian takeover, as a justification to ramp it up even more. But I mean, the fact that we have our government shut down, but ICE agents still all over the country in democratic cities and states, arresting random people with no warrant, they have masks on, no badges, not telling people where they're going.
And look at the resources. Just like, even if it was a just cause, it's not. It's awful. It's despicable. You got 20 cops here getting paid to arrest one woman. Like,
yeah.
Does this make any sense? We can't pay teachers enough. We can't get our student loans forgiven. We can't get health care, but we can pay 20 cops to arrest a person the community doesn't want arrested.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say that there was a part of me that, like, obviously I we've all known, like, most, Republicans are far right, most Democrats far right. I did not think it was going to get to this level of brutality this quickly with no pushback from the people in power. And the truth is what's going to happen is going to be a civil war, but I don't think it's going to be exactly the way they imagined it. I mean, we're seeing more and more military vets, ex-military, who are, we have a couple of videos. Anthony Aguilar was out, this past week in like 5 different cities protesting, along with other ex-military. I think that there is going to be a big confrontation. It's not going to go down the way they think it's going to be. And as Jen Perlman said, let this happen in a red state with open carry. And it's going to take a few incidences like this. And I do think there's going to be a big climax, and it's going to suck for all of us. But I don't think it's going to happen the way Trump thinks it's going to happen, or Stephen Miller.
No, but even if it doesn't, look, their plan is, the next phase of this includes, like, progressives and anti-fascists like us, right? Yeah. So once you take the due process away from these people, and we're now terrorists, so we're not entitled to due process as a terrorist, right? That's the next thing. So someone knocks on my door, I'm gone mid-show. I mean, I'm not saying that I matter in this thing, but like we're normalizing not allowing due process, which is the center stone of the fucking Constitution.
Well, and the fact that, okay, so like, what was it?
Center stone?
Centerpiece.
Cornerstone. Centerpiece.
Ken Klippenstein came out with the, the National Security Presidential Memorandum 7, whatever. But basically the domestic violent extremists, the terrorist list, which include all of us, and, just as Biden's domestic violent extremists did. But they're talking about it more, and they're using it as like an actionable cause more, clearly. No Democrat has talked about it. No legacy media, corporate media has talked about it at all. The one person who's talked about it is Alyssa Slotkin. But what she said is basically, we just want to be consulted in Congress so that we know what you're doing, and then we can all get on the same page. She wasn't like defending people who are anti-genocide, anti-capitalist, anti-destruction of climate.
Yeah.
She's like, no, we all have to.
It was like a power thing. Like, hey, just, you got to let me know. Yeah. We're with you on this anyway. She literally said that on I forget what action they were talking about, but so we're with you on. I agree with that. So
just like cross your T's, dot your I's, and then let's go. It's go time. If you're anti-genocide, big dumb animal, just love right back to you. We're going to use this to turn my light back on. My light keeps going up. Cheers. Thank you. We so appreciate this. Thank you. So like with friends like that, what are you gonna do?
I mean, if in the face of all this you can't do anything, your party should not exist. I'm sorry, it should not. There should be no Democratic Party anymore. Like you're supposed to be the absolute safety net of the worst fucking things happening. If at least that, can you at least do that? No, because it's good for them to run in the midterms if all this shit happens.
Yep.
And they want to shut us progressives up too. So that's the next phase of this. That's the AI tech bro takeover / donors / fascist. It's all merged together, and it works to help them shut us up.
It is so crazy, and yes, that is the project. And they're already doing parts of this in the EU. They now have biometric passports starting today. This was today, the 12th. The EU's new entry-exit system goes live. Anyone without a biometric passport, including Americans, must now provide fingerprints and a facial recognition scan to cross the border. Your body is your passport. So on Thursday, I went to the airport, and I'm wearing my mask. Had to chug the last of my wine before I went through the.
I can vouch that she actually did that. She sent me a picture of her wine
with my to-go cup, but my mask. And he said, "Will you pull down your mask to take, to do your picture?" And I said, "No, I don't. I am. It's not condone. I don't
consent."
Okay. Consent. Thank you. I don't consent. And he's like, "Okay," and just let me go. I thought I was at least going to have to take down my mask and hold my breath and show when I showed my ID. Didn't even have to do that.
Good.
I mean, I'm sure that's going to change. And also, by the way, I've pulled my mask down and held my breath, and they've taken my picture 800 times before. But I was like, I'm just going to try it because fuck it. And he was like, "Okay," and let me go. But
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I dropped mine. I did for my DMV picture, but I didn't know that was an option still.
I think we probably have to for our
DMV photo because it's the one. I kind of thought it was going to be mandatory, so I just went with it. But.
I thought it's mandatory too. And if he had said no, you have to, I would have been like, okay. I probably just would have done it because it's like I got to make my flight. I'm not some, because
right.
I don't know actually what the rights are, but there was a sign that said you do not have to consent. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to try it. That is crazy. Bridge 1872. Face scans are happening at Disney and Universal. You guys, it's such a mess. It's not they are taking all of our data, all of our content. Every audition I get right now, it's basically to help feed AI.
Yeah, we gotta protest all movies with AI. I think we need to start just saying, the movies themselves, unfortunately, produced by anything from Paramount. I shouldn't be contributing $1 to Paramount. Paramount came free with my phone service. Right. I don't watch it. I'm going to make an effort never to watch it.
VPN, with your Israeli Mossad VPN.
Yeah, with my Israeli VPN. It's free. But look, we got to hit the pocketbook somehow. So knowing that Paramount is now, they put a Zionist in charge of CBS News. That's unacceptable. I don't want to give $1 to any group that would do something like that.
It is so unacceptable. And the first thing she did was exactly what Elon did when Trump came in, and Elon was in charge of Doge, and he sent out that questionnaire to all of the federal employees. She did the exact same thing. She sent a questionnaire to all of the staff at CBS News, asked them how they spend their time and how they think that's going and what they could be doing to spend their time better. Thankfully, and I don't know how much power their union has, but CBS News union actually is stepping in a bit and trying to tell their writers not to fill out these questionnaires because they can be used against you when they're ready to, discipline you or get rid of you. But yeah,
it's crazy.
Big Brother. listen, Ellison, I mean, we showed a video a year ago of him saying that this surveillance is good because now everybody will be on his best behavior. If they know that cameras are everywhere, people are going to behave really well. I don't want him being my daddy.
Oh.
We get Larry Ellison.
Yeah, and all these tech bros, they're just like the Israeli leadership. If you listen to what they talk about and go historically, watch some of their old videos, they all admit to what the plan is here. Or they call what they're doing now evil. I mean, it's all out there. Like, it's not some conspiracy theory to say they want to censor our speech. That's the plan.
That is the plan. Yeah. Okay, this is interesting, Ken. You can refuse face scans. A security tech spoke about it online. Research it. They have to give you other options while opting out of face recognition. I mean, I do think that right now that is the law, but like we know that, we watched 3 days ago while they were breaking down these people's door, and the people were saying, like, where's your warrant? Do you have a warrant? And they're like, we don't need a warrant. You watch too many movies. Like, so what are you going to do? At some point, you either comply or they're busting your face in, forcing you to comply. And then, yeah, maybe if you're lucky enough to survive your imprisonment or your detention time, you get a lawyer and you fight that, and maybe you get some compensation, or maybe they just kill you in your jail cell and say that you hanged yourself. I mean, like, we're at that point now where I don't think anybody trusts the mechanisms of our legal structure, right?
No, and we're just getting fed more and more propaganda as there's less trust in mainstream media news because they have to. So that's why they're taking over all these other forms of media. That's why they put people on the board of YouTube that are censoring us. They watching Twitter's getting censored. Barry Weiss at CBS. Now CBS, no one's going to run pro-Palestine, anti-Israel stuff. Or hand in hand with that, they're not going to run anti-AI stuff. They're not going to run...
Yeah.
I hope that's sarcastic.
No. I think this might be...
You think it's real?
I have no
Mark
idea.
T?
I just thought we should highlight it so we know who's about to get bounced.
I mean, yeah, if you're going to call me anti-Semitic, that's a badge of honor now. Not that the anti-Semitism is, but the fact that you called me that shows that I'm saying the right thing because, I'm not anti-Semitic. It's just ridiculous.
That's pathetic. All right.
But I was gonna mention just real quick. I was watching a series. I don't remember the name of it. It's sort of a spy series, but I realized in episode 2 they're partnered with Mossad, and it's a whole Mossad USA partnership. And I've never seen Mossad like presented to the public as an agency.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Right. And they're working with Mossad.
Yeah. I mean,
well, they're kind of complicated in it, but at the end of the day, they sort of address subtly the claims that, there's evil spy organization and she does backstab him and blah, blah, blah. But
I'm so curious. I want to know what that is.
But it's a decent series. But I know that was fabricated by somebody who's like, at the end of the day, this thing is pro-Israel USA working together. That's the whole show, the whole network of these people. So it's like, it's gross to me. I got to turn it off. I can't watch this,
Propaganda. Don't want
propaganda
unless you've got funds, hon. Yeah, I totally agree. All right, let's watch a couple more of these horrific ICE arrests. This is a producer at the public broadcasting station in Chicago being arrested by ICE for what? For what?
What's your name?
Debbie Brockman, I work for WGN. Let them know.
I got you. Yep. Debbie Browning?
Brockman.
Brockman, WGN. Do you guys want to share your names too, or you're just going to cover your face?
What's so crazy is Prem Tucker shared that video on TikTok. TikTok took it down because, sorry, I had my readers on, especially because the lights keep going out here. Taken down, the violation reason is part of the joy of TikTok is coming across new and unexpected content, but the platform is not a place to intentionally shock, upset, or disgust others. We recognize this type of content may be triggering. cause psychological harm, or lead to extreme discomfort. We do not allow gory, gruesome, disturbing, or extremely violent content. The content is ICE agents doing apparently what the Trump administration has sent them to Chicago to do. And it was so upsetting to TikTok that they took it down. Oh, wait, you're muted.
Oh, this is another example of how they can control the media without specifically targeting Palestinian action or, the stuff that we're fighting for. They just say this is an entertainment site now, right? And so it's kind of what Musk wanted to do to bring the joy back to Twitter. It's the same spin. It's like we're gonna devalue. The algorithm is not gonna promote stuff like that because it's not fun for people. But it's just taking away the news. It's taking away the thing that drew these platforms.
We're just going to show the Sora joy.
We're just going to show AI joy. Fake animal videos, which are fucking killing me. Don't share fake animal videos for fuck's sake. Sorry.
No, yeah. I mean, they're going to silo everybody into... We're all each going to just be in our own little digital space where you're only allowed to see certain things, and none of those things will be reality. But that is a woman in Chicago producing public broadcasting for Chicago being slammed to the ground by ICE agents, which I thought that they were. I mean, I despise them. I don't want them to do this to anybody. But I thought they were Custom and Border Patrol agents on some level, right? Isn't that their mission? What? She's clearly an American lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's the next phase is them testing the authority of all these agencies. That's what they're going to do.
And I mean, that's the thing that I think. I know everybody watching this understand, but I think there are a lot of people who sort of put their heads in the sand because even though they don't love it, they're also just kind of well, it's immigrant. He shouldn't have come here illegally, even though almost every immigrant relative ancestor of most people somehow got here illegally. Fucking Elon Musk, his brother on national TV was oh no, we came in illegally. They can get you on anything. Did you forget to sign something? Did they give you the wrong form that you didn't know and you signed it anyway? That could be illegal. Could be there are myriad ways that they could say that you
Musk
in illegally. Yeah.
Musk clearly lied on his visa.
Yeah.
Repeatedly to stay here over the years.
Yep.
No doubt about it.
Okay, so it's a testing bubble. Because if they can get away with this, then they can do it to U.S. citizens. Then they can say, oh, well, you are a socialist. That's anti-American. Yeah. You're pro-Palestinian. You're anti-Israel genocide, apartheid state. That's anti-American interests. They're already sort of widening the net. So if we're all terrorists, this can all be done to us. They are just shooting people out of the water in Venezuelan fishing boats and now Colombian boats, saying that they're terrorists because they're drug smugglers. Some of them I don't even think they can even prove were drug smugglers. They were truly fishermen. But even if they were drug smugglers, that's not a terrorist.
No, terrorism. When it comes especially to international terrorism, there are clearly defined rules of it has to be a risk to they have to be targeting U.S. citizens for death and destruction and things. And U.S. citizens want those drugs, like it or not, they want those drugs. So they are not meeting the basic bare standard that allows you to target a terrorist abroad, which you still need congressional approval for, no matter what they will say. But even if you're going to use the norms that were falsely set up by Obama and all these other people that didn't get congressional authorization, it doesn't meet the bar of terrorism to do that, is the point.
100%, which is also why, well, first of all, Venezuela doesn't even make most of the fentanyl that we get. I think most of it's from Mexico. so whatever. But Trump won't target them because he has a good relationship with Claudia Sheinbaum. Whatever, I mean, fine. I want more good relationships, but the authority, the congressional authority, has been just like pushed aside for so many administrations in a row. But if people were serious about getting rid of this fascist dictator who we have right now in power, I mean, truly, like he is, I think, they could bring up articles of impeachment, because he has certainly done, he has acted against our Constitution, against our laws. He has not gotten the consent of Congress. He has overridden even just like for the congressional purse strings, right? By like firing people and deciding that, we're no longer going to use that money, even though it was allocated for these different bureaus. Like, there are so many different tactics that they could take to get rid of this president. And instead they're letting him do what he wants to do so that things get worse, so that Democrats win in the midterms.
Yeah, 2 bad years, and then they'll win in the midterms. 2 bad years. But you said it's a test bubble, and it is a test bubble, and the Democrats are failing the test bubble with the public, right? The public is like, no, we don't want to wait till things are worse for you to fight back. We saw what happens when you were in power. You enabled him. How in the fuck did this guy come back and win a second term? You pathetic, feckless sacks of shit. I mean,
it is so clear that even with this, idiot game show host, reality TV show racist, the Democrats still pull worse on almost every single issue than Republicans. Crime, immigration, I'm putting my glasses on, foreign conflicts, U.S. economy, gun control.
Right, because on every issue, they more or less agree. They just would do it a little more humanely and maybe a little less, but more or less they agree. So they don't have an opposing view.
Yep. My brother's asking me if I want food from downstairs, but I think I'm okay for now.
Yeah, you do.
I'll text him back in a second. Okay, so let's just watch it. Should we watch a couple more of these ICE videos and then?
Yeah, let's show their asses. These fuckers.
It's just so evil. This is kidnapping a kid with autism. Okay.
So a 15-year-old boy, autistic, who was believed to be missing, has actually been in ICE custody for several days. Fox 26's Jillian Hartman is live in Spring Branch, where the boy was last seen almost a week ago. And you just got an update from the family the past 30 minutes. What did they have to tell you, Jillian?
Yes, we learned that the boy is in ICE custody at one of the detention centers here in Houston. The mom says that he is safe and okay. Now, the boy was here at this intersection in Spring Branch with his mom and sister selling fruit when he disappeared. And here's the information we just learned in the last 30 minutes. Take a look at this. So the boy has autism and is sometimes nonverbal, and he disappeared last Saturday. He's 15 years old, but his social worker says he has the mindset of a 4 to 5-year-old. So they were very worried about his safety. The mom said around 3 p.m. on October 4, she was with a customer selling fruit when her son asked her to use the restroom, and when she turned around, he was gone. Now, they filed a missing person report with Houston police, and earlier today, Fiel Houston held a press conference with the family begging for the public's help to find him. Now, today, police notified the family that the boy was found safe. Fiel Houston said a law enforcement agency found him, and he's been at the Office of Refugee Resettlement Children's Detention Center since Monday. The family is undocumented, and they're trying to get him released from ICE custody. And I'm told that the mom just had a FaceTime conversation with her son in the last 30 minutes and is thankful he is alive and hopes to be reunited with him soon. Reporting live, I'm Jillian Hartman, Fox 26 News.
It's just really hard not to see that we are descending into Israel's IDF treatment. Like, I just...
Yeah, and look, this kid, maybe they are undocumented, right? I mean, they are. But right. He's probably a naturalized citizen for being born here. to be honest. I don't
Right,
know.
but now they've taken that away. But yeah.
Yeah, but
There's
well,
another against
they've
Trump.
tried to take it away.
Yeah.
We'll see, but you have to expand it to beyond the immigration issue, because that means anyone, a 15-year-old autistic kid that can't explain himself, can get locked up and detained and put away because he's in a position of not being able to explain himself because he's severely autistic, and in his case, not audible, or
Right.
So this is eugenics. This is the next phase of it, which is, hey, we can't afford healthcare because of people like that guy, or that's why this fake autism quest to rule it out. It's all to knock down, federal funding for programs that help people. Less of that is what this is all about, and power.
And I mean, I know that's what it is, but it's being heightened to such a drastic level. Like, it's so, I mean, it's always cruel. Of course, it's always cruel. Capitalism is cruel. Biden throwing 18 million people off of Medicaid, cruel. Killing 800,000 people with COVID, cruel. Starting a genocide, cruel. So, like, it's always cruel. Capitalism is cruel. But, like, it is ramping up in a way. And here's the thing, and I know we keep kind of talking about this, or I keep bringing it up, because it is fascinating to me that white supremacists around the world still love Israel. They hate every other group, but they love Israel. But in the US, there is a group who are pro-Zionist, very anti-Semitic, and now turning pro-Palestine and very anti-Semitic. And again, that, right now, like, obviously the genocide, the decimation of the Palestinian people, that is the absolute, like, the first
the focal point
we have to address, right? But it is interesting to see Trump talking about, we always hear about anti-Semitism, but what about anti-Christian stuff? Now we had RFK Jr. talking about having to get a COVID shot is even worse than what Anne Frank had. Now he's talking about circumcision leading to autism.
I saw that. That just so fucking batshit.
So here's the clip. It's 30 seconds, but just so we all know what we're talking about.
There's also there's many other confirmation studies. There's 2 studies that show children who are circumcised early have double the rate of autism. And it's highly likely because they're given Tylenol. So, none of this is dispositive, but all of it is stuff that we should be paying attention to.
Yeah. But, there's a tremendous amount of proof or evidence, I would say, as a non-doctor, but I've studied this a long time ago. I met Bob.
So listen, I can have a conversation about circumcision. I understand the pushback against circumcision, but like, I need to see the study he's talking about. Never seen that study. That's a lie.
Look.
And it's being used to go down a different path, which will be an anti-Semitic path.
Yeah, and as always, RFK Jr. is connecting dots that don't exist. First off, there's no connection with Tylenol and autism. Let's get that out there, people. That does not exist. It's a completely fraudulent thing. Science does not agree at all with that connection, right? Not a lick. It's not debatable. There's no scientific connection, right? So he's making a leap because somebody probably sent him an article about circumcision. And then he's just like, you know what? I bet it's Tylenol, because the parents, obviously Tylenol is the only painkiller prescribed to parents because it's safe. Yep. It's the only one that's safe for parents.
It's like,
for women in labor.
Isn't it crazy that shark attacks always happen in 3 feet of water? Yeah, that's where most people are swimming, in the ocean. They're not swimming in 300 feet of water. Like, there are more drownings when you have a pool in your backyard. Yeah, because you can't drown in your backyard without a pool. So, like, what you're saying, like, okay, anybody takes Tylenol because everybody takes, like, like that is not necessary. Like that's not necessarily a cause and effect. It just they coincide.
Yeah, and
exist. Yeah.
The problem with all of this is that they have such power over our medicine and where our grants go and whatnot. So you're going to get grants. You're going to get $5 million worth of grants to go find some connection between circumcision and autism that doesn't exist. And 28 studies will come out and disprove it. He doesn't give a shit. He won't read them. He'll discredit them. He'll say they were funded by Big Pharma, even though he authored the study. They threw the money at him. Like, none of it matters, but we have no science in place. They're cutting. Somebody's mentioned special ed that they're cutting. Department of Special Ed was just axed. They're removing all ways to point out that what they're doing is wrong and evil and immoral. Like, there's no reporting on it. They're not counting how many people are hungry in America anymore. Right? They're getting rid of the group that does that, and they say, well, there's other groups that can do it. Yeah, okay, but it's not happening. There's a group set up to do just that, and you got rid of it.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Across the board for every issue.
Yeah, so okay, sorry to go back to the circumcision thing, but like,
yeah,
that feels targeted for a specific reason. Like, yes, eugenics, right? That is the whole thing. They want a registry of people who are on any sort of...
Who cost the government money.
Right, but... Yeah. I mean, yes. But, like, why... But circumcision? That's like... I mean, I don't know what the rates are anymore. I don't know which groups still do it, which don't. Like, I don't know... Honestly, I have two boys. We're circumcised.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the circumcision front, I don't think it has anything to do with circumcisions, right? It's just him trying to justify the Tylenol connection. It's just RFK Jr. Another study came out that I'm right. I mean, I think it's that simple.
I don't. I'm sorry. I've gone more down a conspiracy rabbit hole that you have. I'm like 9/11, like, and like, obviously I am a anti-Zionist, anti-apartheid Israel Jew. Like, I am, but I am also aware that like circumcision, even though it's done by many other groups, is primarily correlated with Jews, even though, again, like, other groups circumcise their kids. Between that and the Anne Frank comment and we're always talking about anti-Semitism, but there's also a lot of anti-Christian stuff. Like, it is like...
Yeah, okay, I guess I can see that.
Feeling like there is a group of people using the white supremacist, imperialist occupation model of Israel, which is being carried out by Jews.
Right.
Jews.
Well,
but they're using that as a model for how, as white supremacists, they want to treat everybody else. And when they do that to everybody else, Jews are not considered part of their crowd. Like,
right.
Have the swastikas all over themselves. I'm not part of their crowd, even though they like what Israel is doing to their dehumanized people that they occupy and genocide, right? Like, I just feel like they're using this right away to go after leftist movements. And again, in the US, a lot of those movements are heavily occupied is now, sorry, but like heavily infused with US Jews, right? So like a lot of the edicts that came down when they were trying to shut up protesters were things that they used against Jewish groups, communist groups, who were, again, heavily populated by U.S. Jews. Like, and I'm sorry to become all like, oh my God, I feel like the thing from It's Always Sunny in
Need some red strings behind you?
Yeah, I do. But like, they used Israel and its model of white supremacy and domination over another group because that furthers their cause. But they are not, but they're still white supremacists who are anti-Jew. That's
well, it's all about power, right? It's
right.
They connect the fundamentalist evangelical Christian right to Judaism. It helps Trump. It helps them all have power.
Right.
So they're connecting those dots as much as they can because that's all they can hang on to is these radical people who are, if you're evangelical or, a hardcore Judaist, whatever, a lot of those, like that's an emotional connection that's hard to break. Well, religion is such a strong bond to your beliefs. So if you can connect your political movement to your emotional connection, that will persist longer than the facts will allow. Like, I mean, if you just read the facts, you'd have ditched Zionism ages ago. But like you're Jewish and this is taught to you as a core connection between politics and your religion for Zionism.
Right.
And so they're trying to extend that to Christianity as well to link to Zionism. It's the same.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just really trying. I mean, and maybe they haven't figured out their exact model. Maybe they're just throwing shit at the wall and saying like odious things everywhere they can and hoping that some of it sticks and like gains some traction and support. But it is just interesting where it keeps coming down. Obviously, anti-immigrant, anti-black and brown, anti-working class, like all of anti-left, like it's very clear. But I am, for people who are so in bed with Netanyahu in Israel, it is just interesting to me. And the fact that they just cut ties and good, like whatever, with the ADL, that's also interesting to me. It's just like there's stuff. That there's levels to the hatred and who they decide to hate. All right. Yes. Are you ready to spin? I'm sure you are.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Let's spin. But
no, go ahead.
It's interesting to me. No, I don't have anything to add on that. I'm curious because I don't approach it with the same background that you do.
Right.
As a Jewish person, right? Like I'm, honestly, I didn't get involved in Palestine for the most part until October 7th. I mean, that's just the reality. But then I looked and researched it, and it took 30 seconds to realize, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I appreciate everything you bring to it.
Pat, we should just end our show right now.
Thank you. Good night. I've had too many beers. What's going on here?
Dude, tell me about it. I've been drinking for 4 hours now. Holy cow. This is crazy. I'm too old to be drinking this long. Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, that's me. Yes, but I'm also going to fill my drink. Okay. Let's see it. Puppets. What do we got?
We got dogs or dogs. Let's go with dogs.
All right.
Still to come.
God damn it.
Don't even fucking talk to me.
Yeah, I know.
Not handle. Oh shit.
What in the...
Pull me downstairs.
I like that. Ooh, pain.
Shut up! No!
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Can I just tell you that was almost triggering, although it wasn't really triggering, but it reminded me, I still have a little bit of a scar left, but I had 2 big scars on my thumb and hand because when I was a kid, our golden retriever I was walking took off and I was too small to hold him and he dragged me for like 2 blocks.
Oh.
And it just saw, my hand was on the ground just getting
that's
sliced.
terrible. That's so bad. When I first met Josh, he was a second-degree black belt, but he had just won, like, in the state of California. Like, he'd come in second for some big competition, whatever, which, was very...
Okay, he should take on Joe Rogan. Let's go.
But I've never seen him or anybody I know hit anybody. Like, that's just not my jam ever. And when our older son, Asher, was, like, 8, and he was walking our dog... And he took her outside. It's just Sandy, who's like twice the size of Lucky. And she saw 2 German shepherds and she ran to greet them. But she was probably a little bit, like did that whole sled thing across the lawn. And then those German shepherds chomped on her neck and her face or ear or whatever. Wow. And the owner was just standing there like, help, does anybody have a hose? Like, lady, these are your dogs. Can you not control your dogs at all? And Josh came running out. I've never heard a squeal from our dog. It was so sad. And he had in order to get the dog off, he had to punch them. Like they couldn't break their grip. I hear you're supposed to hold the backs of their legs, but good luck getting in to know which legs you're pulling up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't even see it, but it's the only time I know about him punching something.
Good job. You have to do what you got to do.
Yeah, but I hate.
So I have another dog story. I never get to tell it because whatever. But when my brother and I were home and alone when we were in high school, and our 2 dogs got in a fight, and we had an old German Shepherd who was a badass, but he was like 15 or something, shitting himself around the house. That kind of old. And our young golden retriever, who then dragged me around the house, the same golden retriever, got in a fight with him and had him pinched in this little area about 4 foot by 4 foot between these doors, had him by the neck, and the German Shepherd's on his back and was just smashing his head into the wall, just murdering him like slowly. And we tried everything. We had hoses out there, we brought in water in the house, everything. And finally, my brother and I, we got to just reach in and grab him, and he bit me, and I have a scar there as well. He almost bit my thumb off. Every animal has scarred me in my life, but saved his life. But he looked over when I was pulling him off the, by his collar, and bit down, and I could see he made eye contact, and then just let up right when he saw me. But yeah. Anyway, pets are great. You should get a pet, but you might bleed a lot, like I do. Every pet.
Or train them. Maybe we train them better.
Yeah, you could train them. That's an option.
All right. Where are we going from here? What do you want? Where are we going? We got.
Let's see. Let's
shut the ceasefire that wasn't.
Yeah, let's just do the Israel stuff and get it out of the way.
It's so depressing. Like, even on the way out, they are torching food, homes, sewage treatment plants. Soldiers call the mass arson of Gaza City their final touches. Like, they have not done enough devastation to this group of people who now are supposed to live next to the people who genocide them. They're issuing warnings to the IDF, like, erase all of your social media.
And I'm sorry, I'm glad they're getting this break from the assaults, but this is just a temporary reprieve. Israel is they're already saying they're going to keep bombing. I mean, there's no justice in this world, and we haven't even stopped the violence yet. Let's be real about this. When the ceasefire includes you're allowed to keep bombing them, what are we doing here?
And, there's this whole push on social media from pro-Zionist accounts saying, like, oh, why, all the pro-Palestinian accounts aren't celebrating the ceasefire. So clearly it was never about the ceasefire in the first place. They just, they're just anti-Israel, they're anti-Semitic, whatever. But, like, I mean, it's like every time Trump does some horrific thing and then he stops doing the horrific thing and wants accolades because he stopped doing something.
Right.
It's the same thing. Like, how are people supposed to celebrate? I mean, yes, you celebrate that, like, maybe there won't be bombs over us, but we oh gosh, I'm gonna forget his name entirely. He's a journalist who he's already buried 2 children, his wife, extended family, and just yesterday they murdered his 3rd son that he had to bury. It's just
yesterday, post ceasefire, and the journalist that was just killed today.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was Salah al-Jafarawi. This was his last message when the ceasefire was announced.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله، الله يعطيكم العافية جميعا. من قلب شمال قطاع غزة مع التوصل لوقف إطلاق النار وانتهاء هذه الحرب، حرب الإبادة وحرب الهمجية والبنوتة متهيألي أصورها. لابد من كلمة شكر. كلمة الشكر هذه لكل الأشخاص اللي وقفت مع القضية الفلسطينية طوال السنوات الفائتة، خصوصا في سنتي الحرب. كثير ناس كانت واقفة بقلب ورب، قاطعت وساندت ودعمت بالمظاهرات وبالاعتصامات وبالاحتجاجات وبكل طريقة بتقدر تدعم فيها. فلازم من قلب غزة نوجه لهم رسالة شكر ورسالة امتنان، والله يعطيكم ألف عافية، وانتم كان لكم دور أساسي في انتهاء هذه الحرب. ما حد يستقل من نفسه. لما احنا قلنا لكم انكم انتم حتكونوا بصمة في هذه الحرب، فعلا كنتوا بصمة. فرق كرة القدم اللي كان لها دور جدا كبير في إيصال الرسالة، أسطول الحرية، أسطول الصمود، كثير من الممثلين والمغنيين والمشاهير على مستوى الوطن العربي وعلى مستوى العالم. شكرا لكل شخص ساند ودعم القضية الفلسطينية بأي شكل. ورسالة جدا مهمة، صح الحرب انتهت، لكن ضلكم مع غزة، ابقوا مع غزة دائما، لأنه غزة محتاجة أصواتكم خصوصا في المرحلة القادمة. الحرب العسكرية انتهت، لكن في حروب كثير ستتكشف خلال الأيام القادمة، فضلكم موجودين مع غزة. وإحنا أصحاب هذه الأرض، إحنا إلنا الحق في الحياة على هذه الأرض، وإن شاء الله حنضل موجودين على هذه الأرض وحنعمرها وحنرجعها أحسن من قبل. تحياتي لكم جميعا من قلب شمال قطاع غزة، صالح جعفر.
I keep thinking about Sana Said. She used to write and do shows for AJ Plus, and now I think she sort of is more freelance, talking about how everybody always talks about how Palestinian men are terrorists, and that all she's seen for 2+ years is their softness with children, with animals, with people, just like taking care. And like, obviously, I mean, people are people, and there's going to be, but like the dehumanization, the like smearing everybody as terrorists. And honestly, all I see, every video coming out of there is, oh, it's my last scrap of food, I'm going to give it to this baby or to a stray kitten, or I'm going to risk my life and go into the rubble and try to rescue somebody. I mean, there are videos of him taking care of an abandoned baby. There are videos of him putting press jackets on the next generation. That in that video, he'd taken off his press jacket, right? Because now he was safe. Not that the press jacket, I mean, the press jacket clearly didn't make any
targets you, honestly.
Yeah. But
and for his last words to include that part about bombing will continue for a few days, and then he gets bombed. That part hit me.
So, when you look at something like this bullshit Nobel Peace Prize going to the Venezuelan lady who encouraged sanctions on her own people, who was, trying to coup her own government, who was appealing to genocidal maniac Netanyahu, like the people who should be getting the Nobel Peace Prize if it meant anything, but it doesn't mean anything. You can wipe your ass with what a Nobel Peace Prize means.
It should have gone to a Palestinian journalist in this situation, for sure. And I don't know. I think we have a big problem with connecting Trump to this deal because it's in his interest to act like he freed Palestine. You know, he got peace in the Middle East, right? So they're just going to hide everything that Israel does from now on out, now that there's this ceasefire that he got. And our press is eager to go along with that narrative because we've implanted all these people running the press who are pro-Israel.
I mean, they could not make it more clear, right? You don't get Larry Ellison to buy up Paramount, CBS, put Barry White in charge.
So it's like this big mission accomplished moment, which, you know, great, it's going to get some food in temporarily. It's going to, you know, temporarily we're doing this rebuilding, but the public yearns for news on this, but we're not going to get it. It's going to be the media is going to just act like this is in the past, like the war's over. We're post COVID. You know, that's where we're going with this. We're post the war.
And there's no accountability because our corporate media, our fourth estate, and as much as, you know, I think we all value independent media that's out there, Drop Site, Gray Zone, Electric Intifada, like there are places to go for independent media, but it doesn't have the same reach. And it doesn't have the same reach amongst the people who are ruling the world. And until we change that power structure, it's like we're talking to ourselves, even though the whole world sees it. Like the whole world sees it.
The whole world sees it, but what we've learned is all the centrists that we get on board to agree with us will sleep on this very soon. You know, they'll just not, they'll buy into the narrative that's pitched to them in large ways.
And it will always be, but look what Trump did. And, you know, it's so much worse. I mean, you know, even just like the other day or today, I don't know when the Kamala thing happened, but like, they're still going to say, well, the mass deportation, she's like, well, then why didn't you vote for me? Because you're a genocidal maniac. But just to go, you want to show that?
Ahead. No.
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's show the scumbag Kamala.
I'm not president. And if you want to talk about legacy, let's talk about the legacy of mass deportation of people not voting and Donald Trump.
What'd she do about mass deportations?
Yeah, that part. But then the other part is people not voting for you.
Yeah.
You don't put her on the voters again. You people, you dumb fucking voters who told you to fucking support Palestine.
Yeah.
The polls were all there. The path to winning, if you are you, is easy. Yep. If you have a spine whatsoever. And you could have shifted 5% left of Biden on Palestine and won.
And also, she was like a huge proponent of their Nazi border bill, right? Do not come. That's our big joke within, you know, I think it's in this video, in our shit show video. That's her saying that to people trying to escape desperate conditions, by the way, that the U.S. has, you know, ensured exist for them. Do not come. So...
Yeah, and she did sound drunk. Somebody said that in the chat. I'm sorry, but
she always sounds drunk. Yeah.
What is with her? I mean, how do you go on stage in that state? It's just terrible.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. So I don't know about pills. I mean, I don't take pills. I'm not judging, but like a lot of people say it's some kind of pill cocktail. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have an idea. But there was another clip of her. Didn't we upload another one? She was awful as well.
I mean, I'm sure. Oh yeah, this one. This is when she's being heckled. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, there's a lot of silence here because she has no good response, and it takes forever. And what she says is fucking awful. That's all.
Shocking. Should I press it or you?
Yeah, press
Okay,
it.
I'm pressing
Go for it.
Because you are now.
I'm really going to pick it up.
It means that we're going to see you out there. You know, I hate that the same person that was telling people not to vote. I hate that I have to keep pointing this out, but we are living in really perilous times.
I can't hate her hard enough, and she's still like top on the list of contenders for 2028.
Good luck to the Democrats. Best of luck. I'm feeling a little Kamala-ish right now because I am having a hard time seeing straight. Okay, let's go back though, because AIPAC is taking a different tactic now and trying to convince the public that AIPAC is America first.
America first.
Brace yourselves. Oh, my light just went back on. Look at that. They heard the words, and my VPN was like, oh, she said America first. Yep.
Clean it up. Let's hear it.
Here we go.
Let's talk about AIPAC.
Today, AIPAC.
On Capitol Hill, AIPAC.
AIPAC.
You may have heard our name, but how much do you really know about AIPAC? AIPAC is an American organization that works to strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship. This partnership advances America's interests and democratic values and helps keep Israel safe. Our 5 million members are U.S. citizens, Democrats and Republicans from every part of the country who urge our elected leaders to enact pro-Israel policies. This includes expanding America's defense partnership with Israel, supporting life-saving security assistance, confronting Iran and its terror proxies, and promoting peace and normalization. Being pro-Israel is good policy, and AIPAC members make sure it's good politics, too. We raise money to help elect pro-Israel candidates for Congress from both parties. And we take the political fight to our opponents, helping defeat anti-Israel candidates running for the House or Senate. AIPAC is leading the fight in Washington to secure the future of the U.S.-Israel relationship. The actions of pro-Israel Americans today will help determine the future of this bond and the fate of both countries.
Yeah.
So
Call me crazy, but the only group in the Middle East fighting 7, 8 wars all at once is not keeping us safe. It only keeps us safe if you think brown people bad. Let's be real about this.
Yeah.
Muslims bad. Christianity, Judaism good. Which isn't even part of it. It's just used. It's just Israel good, really.
I don't think any real people in the world think Israel is good. So I don't even know who that's for. Because again, it's like, it's like when they're like, we just have to convince more people about Medicare for all. No, the country, sorry, I'm so uncomfortable. The country is all in for Medicare for all. Most people are. Same with a living wage. Same with, like we talk about this all the time. But they do this for each other? Like, I don't even know. Here, this guy, I mean, this is so crazy. This influencer who gets paid like $7,000 a tweet. Was just honored by some city in Florida. Jen Perlman, you'll have to let us know if it's near you. But anyway, this is Xavier DeRousseau and Emily Austin. If this doesn't convince you to be pro-genocide, I don't know what will.
Imagine supporting people who start wars just to lose the wars so they can cry about it and then try it all again.
You must see anti-Semites are literally obsessed with Jews. Now walk with me. While you must see anti-Semites are stacking eviction notices, Jews are out here stacking up businesses.
Jews control all the industries. Maybe if you spent more time taking notes from successful people, you wouldn't have to spend your nights and weekends spreading hate from your anonymous account with an anime profile picture.
Do you work as hard as Jews? Do you network like Jews? No, because you're too busy cheering on a group of musty terrorists who smell like dirty earring backs. And if we're gonna keep it real, you're really mad because your income is giving side hustle.
Period.
How you gonna hate from outside, Shabbat? You can't even get in.
That ad is so unbelievable to me. It's like, I would imagine if I put it into an AI prompt, make a video of two disgusting pro-Israel Americans that look bad and look like social media influencers that the public will hate. This is the video it would spit out.
Also, it is so fucking anti-Semitic. Like, it's crazy. Oh, you want to own the media like Jews? Work harder. You don't want to be a musty back of the earring brown person.
Yeah.
And you want to.
Your vibe is giving off poor person.
Yeah. You want to be rich like Jews who have all the money and own all the banks and live in it. Like, how much more anti-Semitic could you fucking get than this guy? But, oh, don't worry. And then Jen just wrote that, yes, this isn't her district. They just gave him an award in Florida. Wait, I'm finding it. And they draped the Israeli flag over the U.S. flag when they did it. I'm sorry, that's crazy. If they did that, like, for any Middle Eastern country, the U.S. would go insane.
The guy has a. Wait, they named the beach city of
Hallandale
Xavier Day.
Yeah, September 29th is Xavier Day.
Oh my God!
And for that guy, walk with me. That guy, PragerU, and the commissioner draped an Israeli flag over the American flag during the ceremony. So Hallandale Beach, Florida. Thanks, Jen Perlman. Get rid of them. No, I'm kidding. Officially named September 29th, Xavier Day, in honor of Israeli-sponsored online influencer Xavier DeRusso of Prager University.
So it's layered with what the fucks here, but like, okay, PragerU, you're not calling him a teacher, professor. He's an online influencer, an influencer of PragerU. That's a thing. Like, you're an influencer of PragerU, and PragerU is this ultra Christian fundamentalist evangelical fucking organization. And so it's just furthering the connection between Christianity and Islam. I mean, Judaism. But what the fuck? Like, why is PragerU? It's wild. This whole thing is just. We are living in such a wild fucking time. Like, there's nothing left here. We are at end times. I'll give it to the religions. Anyone that called end times like 2030-ish, you're probably getting it right.
I mean, yeah. I saw something way back here. That's what I wanted to put up there. Thanks, Sandy.
Get it.
But also, wait a second. Yeah, I mean, but whatever. I don't even want to put anything else up. Okay, I drank too much to start putting up people's comments. Yeah, that's gross. I don't think it's convincing anybody. Again, who is that for? Like, honestly, this is what I think it's for.
Yeah.
That is what it's for.
Yeah.
They're dabbing on us. Like, it's not convincing anybody. They know that's dreck. They know that AIPAC is, America First is a lie. So it's like what's that disgusting porn where they're eating each other's asses? The caterpillar, human caterpillar. That's what it feels like.
A little of that, but look, they do need to. they do need to further. They need to solidify this connection between Christianity and Judaism. Like that's the bond that's keeping this thing afloat a little bit.
Right.
You know. So yeah, but just there to use a black guy is not going to help MAGA much. I mean, just to be honest. But like influencers they're the most. They put out the two most annoying personalities possible with these influencers. People hate influencers.
Okay, what you just said, that's also a really good point. Like I don't know what his sexual preference is, but he has like
comes across as a
very sort of
gay
like
black guy.
flamboyant gay kind of vibe. Fine, but that's not like the MAGA crowd. Like she feels like, Barbie, whatever, like that's their look, but he doesn't. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know what the project is really.
Yeah. No, you're right. Who that was for, I don't know. I get the award because it's just, PragerU connecting the dots, which is important. So they needed to connect the dots. But I think whoever put that video together, he didn't get the directive very well. I think they fucked.
They're a big tent.
Yeah, I think, they were trying, but like, and it goes back to Netanyahu when they sat down with all the social media people and said, TikTok is the most important thing right now. We have to win the narrative. So these are influencers. Somebody's like, let's get some influencers, make this video. But everybody hated that video. Everybody, I think.
Just gross. All right. I mean, and they still, like, we saw Dr. Abu Safia walking off into the distance to confront an Israeli tank, something like 300 days ago, 280 days ago. He has scabies. He's lost 50 kilos. He rarely gets to see a lawyer, any representative. It's a ceasefire, and they still will not release him.
Yeah, and I don't know if I don't know if you can call them terms of agreement yet, but Hamas has already said that he's not part of the deal in releasing the hostages.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
I don't know, but
and Marguti, they won't release Marguti, which and that's that is what's always so instructive about Israel's just nefarious, disgusting, like clear push against having any peace in that region, because Marguti, who's been in prison now for almost 3 decades, is their Gandhi. When people say, like, where's Palestinians' Gandhi? Where's their peace person? They have tried for decades. Those people are either killed, raped, dismembered, or held hostage in their rape prison dungeons. And one of those people who is somebody who would be a real unifying voice for all Palestinians, bringing lots of different factions together, because like any other group of people, there are different political factions, but he does have that kind of Gandhi, Mandela sort of
aura
vibe. Aura. Thank you. Political presence. They will not release him. He will continue to be a hostage in their dungeons because they do not want peace.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, I watched a lot of CNN yesterday just to share a little bit of that. But I mean, in fairness, I watched an hour with Wolf Blitzer, who had a legitimate aid worker on that laid it all out, and she was allowed to. So I'll give them that. She laid it out every step of the way. Was very critical of Israel, and it was so effective that you could see Wolf breaking down mid-interview and trying to hide himself. But then, as soon as the interview is over, they go right to the victims' brothers and sisters of hostages from Israel, So they immediately just drown the shit out of that last thing. Like, forget what you just saw. But you could tell he was he was actually affected by it, which is, interesting, but it won't change CNN's reporting on it. But there was that moment, which was pretty. It was a good segment, honestly. But that's what they do. It's like an 8-to-1 ratio or something, It's like, here's the Palestinian view, here's the reality, and now let's propagandize beyond that and connect the emotional dots back to the 20 hostages that are dead or something,
And there'll never be a true forensic analysis of what happened on October 7th that shows how many people were killed by Israel, how many people were killed by Hamas or other Palestinians, who was supposed to be there that day, who was actually an IDF soldier on duty enforcing the siege and the occupation, right? Like, all of that is crucial to understanding that event, and we never hear it, which is why anybody who talks about this and starts on October 7th is a traitor to liberation. If that's all you talk about, if that's where you start, Okay.
So in conjunction with watching CNN, I like to cancel it out, and I watched a couple hours of Al Jazeera. And if you get a chance, there's a really good segment with Ryan Grimm on it, reporting about their investigative research into the stuff going on over there, and it was very good. So if you see Ryan Grimm on Al Jazeera, watch that.
I don't know what Josh is writing about my audience. I don't even know, but I don't know. Side text me.
I think he has food for you, maybe, or something. I don't know.
3,000 miles away. The Drop site has been doing fantastic reporting on Gaza and what's happening. They've been doing really phenomenal reporting. They are trying to take Bari Weiss to task for her repugnant, just vile.
Yeah, and you know what? That was largely what the segment was about.
Yeah, on the starving child who had an underlying condition.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, they've been doing really, really good work on that. Sorry, I'm just.
Thank you, Teresa. I was going to click that too because Chris said thank you, so I appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
Cheers. All right, let's spin and get in another segment, right?
Yeah, we got stuff to talk about.
Let's go. This stuff.
Yeah, baby.
I have to say, like, I love when we find lefty comedians. It's always the clips that get us flagged, but we're trying to share, not profit off of them. But yes.
Which one do you want? Go for it.
Oh, right. I can't remember. Like, stupidly, I did not tag the subject, but let's roll with it. Have a drink, everybody, and see if you enjoy J Jerry.
I love watching your TikTok, which is next level. Clearly, that's expressed by my 13-year-old son.
No, God, please, no, no, no.
Can I be honest with y'all? Right now, it is tough to do comedy because of what's happened over the past couple days. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. Nothing funny about the shooting. The fallout from the shooting, though, Fox News was like, the shooter's trans. Wait, what? Okay. The bullets are trans. Wait, what? No, okay, the roommate was trans. Tomorrow they're going to be like, he took public transit. Come on. Trans women don't hurt anybody. The only people trans women want to see disappear are the people in their old photo IDs. That is it. Be nice to trans women. What do y'all got against trans women? None of y'all swim competitively. Relax. You're on land. You're safe from those very fast girls, okay? Calm it down, okay? I know a guy, he was mad at trans people. I said, nigga, you work at Amazon. You worry about the wrong package, okay?
Come on, that's pretty
Accurate.
good, right?
Yeah, he's good.
I like him.
He's good.
I like him. I know he had some stuff to say about the comedians who sold their souls to go to Riyadh. Actually,
I've been loving all that
Right?
discourse. They're going after these guys hard.
I love
and fuck him. Bill Burr, you are dead to me. That's a shame. I loved you, but you're dead to me. I can't take anything you talk about. I mean, there are clips of him literally saying, don't do the thing he just did.
Yep. It's
Piece of shit.
I 100% agree. I was at Trader Joe's in Cincinnati yesterday, and the checkout guy, who was probably in his late 20s, was like, oh, what do you they are told to say, like, what are your weekend plans, whatever. I was like, I'm eating a lot, or whatever. What's today? Sunday. Yeah, what are your weekend? Yeah, eating a lot, and I got work. And he's like, what's your work? I said, I'm an actress, and I have a podcast. And, oh, what's your podcast? Political podcast. And he was like, oh, he's like, and I'm wearing a mask, the only one. So, like, I think
he felt safe. You're leftist.
Probably,
Right.
but
You're
he
at Trader
said,
Joe's. Yeah.
I really like, my light just went out. I really like I've had it podcast. It's the woman Jennifer Welch. We've shown a couple. She's like a wine.
Oh,
mom
yeah.
lip,
She's the new.
angry about some stuff, but so
Yeah.
she, I don't know her whole spectrum of politics. I think
She's
is,
lefty though. I mean, she was on Hassan Piker's show, and she's progressive-ish.
She's the lib left, but she's got some spark in her, and she calls some people out and all that kind of stuff. But then he was like, and I was like, oh yeah, same. Like we're pretty like lefty, anti-capitalist, anti-genocidal. Like I mean, I don't even know like how to say it anymore, whatever. And he was like, did you see all those comedians who went to Riyadh? Like he said that.
Right.
And he
No,
was
it
like,
became a story.
Yeah.
CNN covered that story. I mean,
I didn't know that. Wow, you really are digging in deep to the CNN.
Sorry.
Oh, I like it. Doing that research.
Well, it really tells you what is okay and not, and what the Democratic Party is pushing, what the capitalists are pushing. So it's like I do like to balance it out like that. I do.
And so they were,
but they were allowed to criticize him because what's the harm? It's not a Democratic Party thing. It's a bad brown people thing. It's a bad brown people thing.
God damn it. And because Bill Burr has had a lot of anti-capitalist, anti-billionaire tirades, so what better than to like cherry pick
knock him
his
down a
thing,
notch.
yeah, and get him out of the picture,
Exactly.
and then you can go right back to what's his fucking Jerry Seinfeld or whatever.
Yep.
God damn it. All right.
Fuckers.
Let's where are we now?
We could jump into the GOP stuff. Let's do the shutdown stuff.
Let's do this based Marjorie Taylor Greene. But do you want to show the JD Vance stuff? Should we start with that? Let's just kind of
okay, yeah. I mean, we'll start and stop this, I guess, but it's kind of long. Well, it's 3 minutes, but we'll start. And stop.
What? The lights just went on. They were like 3 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah, but it's 3 minutes of JD Vance, so I apologize in advance for that.
In advance.
I apologize in JD Vance for that.
Fill it up.
You see what I did?
Wow. I did. That was clever.
Someone was recorded on an FBI surveillance tape in September 2024, accepting
Where is it?
$50,000 in cash.
Is it on stage?
No.
It's not showing.
Something weird. Let's
Why
start
was-
it again. I don't
what
know.
the
I think
hell?
it's the
Why is
wheel
it-
was up. The wheel was up, and let's
Someone
do it
was
again.
recorded on an FBI surveillance tape in September 2024, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money or give it back?
George, you've covered the story ad nauseum. Tom Homan did not take a bribe. It's a ridiculous smear. And the reason you guys are going after Tom Homan so aggressively is because he's doing the job of enforcing the law. I think it's really preposterous. I know Tom. I think that he's a good man. He gets death threats. He gets attacked. He gets constantly threatened by people because he has the audacity to want to enforce the country's immigration laws.
Good.
I think that it would be a much more interesting story about why is it that Tom Homan, who is simply enforcing Americans' immigration laws, is getting constantly harassed and threatened to the point of death threats. That's a much more interesting question that I think journalists should focus on. We can agree to disagree on that question.
Well, wait, you said he didn't take a bribe, but I'm not sure you answered the question. Are you saying that he did not accept the $50,000?
George, this story has been covered ad nauseum. He did not take a bribe. Did he accept $50,000? I'm sure that in the course of Tom Homan's life, he has been paid more than $50,000 for services.
In a kava to go bag. What the? Oh my God.
Look, we've all taken sacks of cash. You know, it's just how things are done.
Yeah.
$50,000, which is not, there is no way to make $50,000 a light sack of cash. It's a fucking truck. It's like, you got to use your whole lift with your legs with that kind of cash.
I will lift with my legs. Bring it. Yeah. And also this happened when Biden was still in office and they did not prosecute him. Interesting.
Yeah.
Did he do something illegal? And there's absolutely no evidence that Tom Homan has ever taken a bribe or done anything illegal, which is why he's working in the administration.
I'm asking you, did he accept the $50,000 that was caught on the surveillance tape? Did he accept that $50,000 or not?
George, I don't know what you're talking about. Did he accept $50,000 for what?
He was recorded on an audio tape in September 2024, an FBI surveillance tape, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money?
Yeah.
Accepting $50,000 for doing what, George? I'm not even sure I understand the question. Is it illegal to take a payment for doing services? The FBI has not prosecuted him. I've never seen any evidence that he's engaged in criminal wrongdoing. No.
Our FBI has not prosecuted him, so I can't see how that could possibly be illegal. Look, this story comes down to just how fucking corrupt that they can't even throw this guy under the bus. They're protecting a guy who took a sack of $50,000 fucking dollars on camera openly.
Who amongst us hasn't received a bag of $50,000 in your kava meal? Like what for what? For what? Because
and
he promised that he would help because he knew he would be appointed to the Trump administration, that he would help people get whatever kind of federal assistance, federal deal, whatever. That's what it all was. What is he asking for? What? For lots of in your kava bag? What?
That's because you're naive, Lila. Everyone takes $50,000 in a bag, and it doesn't mean anything. You just haven't had a $50,000 bag yet. Once you get a lot of them, you're like, oh, it doesn't change anything. It's just $50,000 bag of cash.
That's what Hillary said. Just because they're paying me $500,000 a speech on Wall Street doesn't mean that I am grabbing my ankles and telling them they can do whatever they want because of what they've given to the Clinton Global Initiative. I mean,
come on, grow up, Lila. Grow up.
This is the system. This is how. Oh, my lights just went out. I don't have a VPN, but Strike.
Sorry, I'm too busy hiding my keyboard because Strike came by.
All right, let's finish this nonsense.
Nobody has accused Tom of violating a crime, even the far left media like yourself. So I'm actually not sure what the precise question is. Did he accept $50,000? Honestly, George, I don't know the answer to that question. What I do know is that he didn't violate a crime.
So you don't,
how do you know that?
What was caught on the tape, you're saying right now you don't know whether or not he kept that money.
My heart tells me.
I don't know what tape you're referring to, George. I saw media reports that Tom Homan accepted a bribe. There's no evidence of that. And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan, a story that I've read about, but I don't even know the video that you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't know anything about it. These guys don't know anything. Never heard of it. Who's Tom Homan? Oh, ICE? I'm barely involved in ICE. I don't know about ICE.
I mean, why aren't they throwing Homan under the bus? Or why would he even answer this question? He should pull a Katie Porter and be like, I wanted this to be a nice little round table. You're upsetting me. It was supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
But the truth
so I can tell you, in my quest to watch all media, I also watched Fox on this one.
Yeah.
And they are loving Katie Porter. She's on like repeat. You turn on Fox.
Wait, they're loving her downfall, or they're actually loving
Yes. They're loving shredding her.
Yeah.
Because it just, that extends to all Democrats. Here's this evil Democratic lady, such a hypocrite. Look how she treats her own staff. And they're right, but you know, that's the problem.
They're right.
That's the problem.
They're right. And that is that weird situation that a lot of Democrats and pro-Dem establishment and even like, you know, normie Dems find themselves in. It's like, well, here's somebody who is progressive adjacent, right? Who's been good on some stuff. Do we tear her down for being an asshole, or do we just ride or die with her? And the thing is what you do is you call her out at the first instance of her being an asshole. You don't allow that to go, because they were holding on to these videos or these, you know, receipts,
gotcha clips, yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Holding on to that, but why not expose it when it happened, or go to her and be like, listen, I would love to get behind you. You are a jerk. You're treating your staff like a jerk. It's going to come out. It's going to haunt you. And there's a difference between being like Bernie and being gruff and not like, you know, wishing people a happy birthday, and actually treating people like shit. And that's a huge difference. And unfortunately, even though I'm not a Katie Porter fan, and I wasn't before this because she was an Elizabeth Warren proponent, whatever, but it's too bad, because in the like lib Democratic establishment, she's much better than many of the others for what she actually stands for and fights for. But of course she's going to lose. So like, let's get that out now, and not when she's about to be the, you know, go to the general for governor. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why it's on repeat on Fox, is they're going to take her down with this.
Yep. Yeah.
So she's going to lose her race. I mean, maybe she pulls it off, but I think she's going to lose.
Oh no, she's going to lose.
Look,
she's done.
You're just not an ally of the working class if you treat your own employees like that. I'm sorry. It's not just one moment. We know that it's several things, and more is to come. If they drop that now, there's more to come.
Like, yeah, right away there are 4 different videos that come out that show who she is, and that is revealing of other issues. You do not want that person to be the leader of the 5th largest economy in the world. Like, you just don't.
And if my lights were fading in and out, which they were, it's because I have touch sensitive lights, and Strike has figured out she loves to rub them. Because she's the devil. She's the devil.
Brilliant.
All right.
All right. Let's see how based Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks about this shutdown, because she's bringing more heat to it than any Democrat.
Oh, I don't think
she's a progressive, right?
That a government shutdown is going to help Republicans in the midterms. I don't agree with that. I also don't think it's good advice that Republicans ignoring the health insurance crisis is going to be good for midterms. I actually think that would be very bad for midterms. And I think that just not staying focused on America First policies is detrimental as well.
Yeah, and on that note, are you concerned about the cost of living?
Very.
That the President Trump said he would lower?
The inflation crushed people in the past 4.5 years, and the costs have not come down. I myself can tell you, my apartment here in Washington, D.C., the electricity bill is $100 more than it was last year, because you can look at your own bill and look at cost. Prices have not come down. That is a reality. People's wages have not gone up. That's another reality. And so Americans are continuing to have a very difficult time getting by. And I'll go a step further. I'm a mom. And so when it comes to what is affecting my adult children's lives, who are 22, 26, and 28, I'm going to be 1,000% fighting for them over any politician and any party. And I can tell you right now, that generation, they are barely making it, and they're very hopeless for their future.
Yep. Let's not wait around for another year till we try to fix this. Also, like, I mean, honestly, healthcare subsidies. Like, that's what Democrats are leveraging this shutdown for. Subsidies to the health insurance industry. Thank you for showing up. And they turned my light
barely
off.
showing up. And Lori brought up, she was asking if she take AIPAC money. She doesn't take AIPAC money, which is kind of an interesting connection in my mind that, maybe that liberates you to speak about all these other issues too. Maybe that's the only reason we can get this from her.
Yep.
Because if she took that money, she might not be able to talk about this stuff. Because it would hurt the Republican Party, which would hurt Israel because that's the strongest connection to Israel. I don't know. But for us to show a positive clip of her, and we could get one every week. I mean, she's a piece of shit, but we could.
Horrible, but like.
If you were just scrubbing the internet and you didn't know what party people were on, and you wanted a clip of a politician supporting a policy we support, there are more from her than any other fucking Democrat.
Yeah, it's we are certainly in a space right now where, like, that she is not my person. She will never be my person, or probably any of our people. But the fact that we can't point to anybody else talking about this, and also that the Democratic Party right now, the party of opposition, didn't use this to say, government shutdown, we are not funding ICE. We're not funding these Gestapo hooligans on our streets who are kidnapping people and terrorizing our communities. Like,
and why? Yeah, but to what you're saying, why aren't they also using MTG against them? Like, because she's the connection to the Trump MAGA folks, right?
Right.
So even MTG is saying this. We should all, like, that's a attack point you could use against the MAGA movement. Yep. And you're not even doing the bare minimum of, like, here's your own person. That's classic politics. Here's your person saying this. You can't even do that.
Yep. Yeah, it's really hard to know. And I'm seeing, like, we're seeing, what you guys are saying. Like, yes, I don't know what's in her heart or what she actually thinks or whatever.
I do.
But, like,
go ahead.
It is interesting that she is using, like, she's taking this tactic.
Yeah.
Because in the end, I mean, I don't think that she is at all, like, she's not really at all for Medicare for all or a living wage. Like, I'm sure the first time any of those things come to a vote, she's going to, go right with all the Republicans. I'm assuming, I don't know, that AIPAC ad that we showed, that part of their list of accomplishments was destroying members of the squad and getting them out of Congress.
Yeah.
And those people, like, I think that when they were lodging their campaign, sorry, I have something in my eye, against Cori Bush, I don't think she even talked about, I know I'm crying because you're doing such
Oops, sorry.
Oh, you just left while I'm, like, crying.
I'm here. I got to let my screaming cat in. It'll be quieter for all of us. But it's 2 feet away because I'm in the socialist department.
I know. But, like, when that AIPAC ad, they're saying that they took out members of the squad who at that point were not voicing any concerns about Israel or AIPAC. They were the progressive voices who wanted a living wage, Medicare for all, free public college, all the things that Israelis enjoy with heavy assistance from the United States government and all of our financial aid to them. So, like, they proudly wear on their, chests that they are destroying the politicians who are trying to push policies for the U.S. public that Israel gives to its own citizens.
It's really wild. I mean, when I think of MTG and I try to analyze her, I think it's all about post-Trump surviving.
Yeah.
Yep. Because she can stick to what he ran on, and he's not doing it, but she's still with him, but he's not doing it. He didn't do it.
And she always,
now I'm with you, but now I can finish the deal.
Even now, she
says,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, mess. I will say that
but she also, in fairness, I'm sorry. As Kimmy said, she's got chutzpah. Look, she's bucking AIPAC, which is enough to make me think. Look, I don't know
who's paying her to buck AIPAC. And also,
Yeah,
and I'm so sorry to do this in public. It's chutzpah. I got to do it though.
chutzpah,
Just so we're not
chutzpah,
fake news.
chutzpah. I don't. Yeah.
I wonder because I don't think that there's anything authentic about her. But who knows?
No, if any of this is authentic, she gets kirked in like 6 months.
Okay, new merch coming out. Don't get kirked.
New merch, kirked.
Punch Up Pod. All right.
The MTG boost, the MTG bump, the pup bump for MTG.
For MTG.
Kirked.
Don't get kirked. Do not get kirked.
All right.
Where are we now? Oh, okay. So we have, there are a few people around the country who have sort of excited the left flank of the Democratic Party. There's Zohran Mamdani in New York City. There's Graham Plattner in Maine. There is, oh my God, in Minneapolis, Fatah. Oh my God, somebody help me. I'm going to have to look it up. In Minneapolis. Nobody.
Good enough. Good enough. We'll just
all right. Yeah.
Play on.
All right. I'm going to look it up so I have it for after, unless somebody quickly wrote something. Fatah. Omar Fatah. Did I get it before somebody said it? Please let me have.
You got it.
Omar Fatah. I think that's his name. Sorry. But lefties, right? Here's Chuck Schumer's response. This is Janet Mills, who he wants to run instead of Graham Plattner, the oyster guy, lefty guy.
Bernie left guy.
The Bernie left guy, yeah. This is Chuck Schumer's person that he's pushing forward, 77-year-old Janet Mills.
Folks, do you want Democrats to take back the Senate? Well, I'm Governor Janet Mills, and I'm running to flip Maine's Senate seat blue. Susan Collins has sold out Maine and bowed down to special interests and to Donald Trump. But that ends now. So chip in $5 today and let's win this together.
She lost already. Can I call it? She lost.
I'm all in for her. Go stand in long lines to vote for that 77-year-old lady. What?
I don't even care about the age, but there's nothing in that message about what she stands for at all.
Right?
Nothing.
I am aroused, says Truth to Tweet.
Very aroused.
They are dying for anybody except somebody who might take a penny away from their donors. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and of course they're going to fight all the progressives with candidates they can't win. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, Amy McGrath is coming back in Kentucky. That ex-military. She wanted to be the pro-Trump Democrat to take down Lindsey Graham. No, not Lindsey Graham. Who's the Kentucky guy? The other one. McConnell. Mitch McConnell. Is that who I mean? Somebody help me. You guys, it's 10:15 here. And I started drinking at 5 p.m. here. And normally that's not how it goes.
Woohoo! Let's do an after show. Let's do it.
I feel like I am. This is my after show.
Graham Plattner's the main guy.
Yeah. So that's who, he's running to unseat Susan Collins. But Chuck Schumer doesn't want to get behind the Graham Plattners or the Zohran Mamdanis. He wants to get behind the Janet Mills. That's not a winning strategy at all.
No. So the only way that works is if you stack the pundit shows with Democratic consultants that just gaslight the public that these progressives can't win, which is what they're all doing now. It's the same formula every election cycle.
Every single one. Just to check in with, so I know, we were first introduced, we had seen Anthony Aguilar many times since his initial expose with BBC back in May on the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. and how that was just a death trap. He was on with Jen Perlman and Peter Hagar on Revolutionary Change and was fantastic. They hooked us up with him. He came on our show and was brilliant and really just so well spoken about what's happening. And he has not stopped his protests. He went to, I think, 5 different states over the last 5 days. This was him on Capitol Hill on October 7th, which, was a big commemoration day of the worst day ever for Israel. Just ignore everything before that and since, I guess. Anyway, really doing heroic work. So we just wanted to give a quick shout out to him as we're sort of wrapping up here.
Walk in! I won't acknowledge your nonsense. Because you didn't serve. Let me guess, Bone Spurs? Bone Spurs, right? Hey, let's give a big round of applause for Bone Spurs with 18-inch shorts over here. Big round of applause.
I mean, the reason Milikowski and the Israeli government wants to kill all of the media, we say there's been no media, there's no reporters. There have been many, but they've all been killed. Yeah. And the reason Netanyahu wants to kill everybody that's there and then not let anybody else in is because he wants to succeed. He wants to seal off the crime scene. He wants to bury the evidence. Literally, as they blow up buildings, they move in with bulldozers and bury the rubble into piles to then make it look like there's nothing. He literally wants to bury the evidence.
And just so people know, this isn't something you're just seeing on. This is what you've seen with your own 2 eyes in Gaza.
Seen it. I have video and photos of watching aerial munitions and then bulldozed into smaller bits of rubble.
Yeah.
And piled up to flatten the ground, to include in those buildings, in that rubble, bodies, human beings left in there that were never brought out
to hide the death toll.
Which
They're
is
literally
literally
near
burying
what
the evidence.
People are estimating it's at.
Well, even the Israeli government have come out themselves in their latest calculation and say, maybe it's maybe it's actually closer to maybe north of 500,000.
Yeah.
There's no denying that.
Yeah.
Cheers to him. He is really doing such heroic work. And I love the story that he said that his wife told him, get out there and do it, because otherwise, who are you as a model for our children? Like, that was, I really loved our conversation with him. I look forward to having him back.
And I mean, obviously he's right, and he's been there and seen what they're doing, but they're not only just covering up and burying the graves. They're digging some up and removing the bodies. There are reports of people going back there looking for where they buried their family members, and they were dug up and gone, because it's all about hiding the evidence.
I mean, they buried all the cars that the Apache helicopters took out from above on October 7th, right? Like,
yeah. Well, we should end on that note, cheery. But
you know me,
we've been
here.
We appreciate everybody for sticking around through this. It's hard to report on this stuff all the time and not have it really drag you down and be emotional. I don't know. I'm in a place right now. It's just really depressing sometimes. But you guys keep me sane, and I appreciate that.
I feel the same, and I think a lot of it is that, like, we're seeing this ceasefire that's not a real ceasefire, and I want to honor what Palestinians are feeling, even for a moment of respite from all of this. But it doesn't, it's hard to celebrate knowing what they've already endured and what they continue to endure. And then also, it's really important to know that what they have done there, they are bringing here. That's the test lab.
Yeah, I think how to frame it so that I can enjoy the ceasefire is it is an inflection point. It is a moment where if we don't let this go, if we don't let mainstream media act like what's going to happen after this is okay, we can still take and pivot to something bigger and actual justice somehow. But We have to stay on it. We can't let people, don't let your centrist friends think, oh, it's peace in the Middle East now. That we just can't let that narrative take hold.
100%. And yeah, no peace until accountability. And even then, there's so much harm that has been done. But we love you guys, and thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you also to Shama Sawan and everybody who showed up for her rally today. She is a real one. She is fighting the good fight. She is not afraid to make the right enemies in service to the working class. So, you know, that is the kind of champion we all need forever and ever.
More of her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
More of her. No, that's all. Let's go.
Hi, Strike. All right. Love you guys so much. Thank you. Aww.
She speaks.
She speaks.
Cheers.
Yeah. And we're reading all your comments. We thank you. We love you. Keep punching up. Cheers. Good night.
Bye.
هدنة يعني خلاص بنطلع بنروح بنيجي بدون خوف بنضل عايشين يا رب نروح على دورنا يا رب